My father was in Second World War on Burma front. And ejection training is also given prior to that. If you eject with that sudden jerk, the backbone may break from there. I could have committed suicide also because I could not achieve the thing what I wanted. You don't feel that time that why I am killing. Yes, if I don't kill him, he'll kill me. Vikram Batra was calling his troops to move ahead and capture the thing, and that man fired a burst. Fitness is the prime thing. Because if you're fit, you're mentally also fit. Your thought processes are better. My father was in Second World War on Burma front. He was a sergeant. He was in service corps, and because his mother died, so he had to withdraw. And in 1945, when this World War ended, so after that he came out of the army. But he had that discipline, that physique, the guts, and the grit, and he wanted me to become something like him. We were living in Chandigarh. Our house was in line with the landing of the aircraft, flight path. So जब भी plane नीचे होता था तो बहुत बड़ा दिखता था, तो हम भाग के जाके देखते थे इसको. तो एक पैशन सा हो गया, भाई ये उड़ता कैसे है और इसको कौन चलाता है. Then the parents said, आदमी चलाते हैं, that if you want, you can also become. So I had that passion to become a pilot. And after graduation, I tried to become a fighter pilot, because in our college there was one flying officer who joined Air Force from NCC. So I also joined NCC, went into Air Force, passed every test, went for flying, but unfortunately medical condition did not permit me, could not pursue my flying career. So then shifted to army. There's not a disease, there's a problem called scoliosis. The 7th and 8th vertebra of the chest were fused. So in fighter pilot, you have to eject in emergency, and ejection training is also given prior to that. And they were also fearful that if you eject with that sudden jerk, the backbone may break from there and I'll become paralyzed. So the option was either to go for civil flying, which were, as per those conditions, those days it was pretty costly, and my father could not afford it, so I went into army. I could have committed suicide also because I could not achieve the thing what I wanted. And doctors pursued me, don't get disheartened, it's a part of life. So they encouraged me, then I came out. It was I was in depression for about a year or so. After that also still it haunts me that I could not become a pilot. I was a good pilot. I did basic flying from Patiala in 1973-4 on this Pushpak trainer aircraft. I completed 67 hours. I was the first in solo, everything was perfect. Good pilot I was. But unfortunately could not pursue it further as a career. So I had a trunk and a bag of my dresses and all. So somebody came to leave me at the gate. They said, "Aap jao, now we'll take over." And they said, "Now hold the trunk and start front rolling." So I had to put the trunk, put my legs behind and front, again pick up the trunk, and then I started rolling. I had bruises, I had injuries, but that was the thing. It was a big shock, like somebody is telling to do something and you can't say no. It was torturous. Initial few days were very much. And when you go and see the barracks, very poor conditions of living. Sri Lanka operation, the air defense was not deployed. So I could not take part. But during my 10 years, it was a peace process only. But we were given experience how what's called a battle inoculation. So in Rajasthan, there's ranges are there that where they take you. You are in a safe zone below a barbed wire under the ground, about 6 feet under the ground into the channels, and on top of the barbed wire is there, and then the safety measures are there. On top of that, the guns are firing and bullets are being fired, and you are taken through that. Now I have not seen the war itself, but that experience is so scary. You do not know from where the bullet is going, thug thug everywhere, so much sound, you can't listen to the next person. And what will happen in the war, we don't know. It will be real, and where the bombs will also be falling. Now here there was no bombs falling, and you have to curtail yourself and only see the task what is ahead of you. You have been given task, okay, capture that thing as you are to capture, and see how much. And you do not say, Jawan chalo, you be ahead of every one of them, and then you say, come with me. Then they know your worth. It is not the killing, it is the task to be completed. If he runs away, okay, well and good. If he leaves his ammunition, well and good, let him go away. But why should he remain alive? Tomorrow he'll kill you. So it's the better of the fittest. Either you survive or he survives. No emotions don't come when you're fighting for the country. Only that the battle cry is there. All regiments have their battle cry. They are pumped into the spirit that yes, for the sake of Maratha or for the sake of Guru Gobind Singh, we have to do this for a genuine cause, and go for it. You don't feel that time that why I am killing. Yes, I am fighting for the country, what for I made. If I don't kill him, he'll kill me. That equation remains in the mind. So whoever is strong gets away. And sometimes it just happens that you can't help it. Like one of our relatives, my uncle, his name was also Amarjit Singh. He was in artillery regiment in 71 war on the 17th of December when the ceasefire had taken place, and he had come out and he was telling his soldiers, okay, now pack up the things and all, and he's standing there and one shell came and burst in front of him and he died. So you don't know when you will die, so you take the life in your hand and then move ahead. Even Vikram Batra, when they captured the hill, particular point was there. When they reached there, so then Vikram Batra was calling his troops to move ahead and capture the thing, and that man fired a burst. And his Jawans came, Sahab, aap aa jao, bolta nahi hai, saale ne goli maar di. When you are dying, but the word is that I could not live. Oh, the expectation was that, okay, but at least we have captured. And then immediately the moment the bullet came, the burst came, other Jawans, they finished him off. Fitness is the prime thing, because if you're fit, you're mentally also fit. Your thought processes are better. If you know you can do anything, the confidence comes and it gives you impetus to go ahead. Every morning, all officers and Jawans, they go for running, physical exercise. There are some exercises which are, the tests are regularly conducted, especially twice a year, where the whole regiment runs with full packs and everything, and their timings are given. Either you become an excellent, good, average or poor. If you are in poor, then again your thing starts that every day you will go for a run. Suppose we are deployed in the mountains, when we move, our langar also moves. It is about 4-5 kilometers behind us. So they know, okay, morning में रोटी बना के दे दी या कुछ दे दिया, या फिर बाद में पीछे से when they are deployed, पीछे से खाना बन के 11-12 बजे तक सब distribute हो जाता है. No, enemy is also hidden. They are not constantly watching you and trying to fire you. During absolute operations, I am not sure, I have not been into it, but during that time, chane and shakkarpare and good is given, especially so that when nobody can reach you, these are the things to survive. And one water bottle of a liter or so, and you can't drink water from outside because it might be poisoned by enemy, and when you are into enemy territory, you do not know. So we survive on the minimum things in one bottle of water in a day, unless until you get replenishment from behind. It's very, very tough. I have seen people saying, "Oh, I'm feeling thirsty." There's no thirst in that. In one of the movies, Nana Patekar, two officers are going in training time, and then one fellow falls and he gives water. He said, "Usko pyas lagi thi." Then he takes the water and empties it. He said, "Now you go." And then he says, "Okay, ye thak gaya to isko you pick him up." So apart from his load, what he's carrying about 20 kg and a rifle and ammunition, he picks up another person, and this is the way you train for the, so that in the battlefield, when something happens, you don't back out. You do not let the other person down by मैं तो tired हूँ यार मैं कहाँ लेके जाऊँगा. My wife was a police officer. She was into international shooting, pistol shooting. She was in 2 events and she was number 1 of India for long many years. She participated in Asian Games in 1986. Then she participated in World Cup, then Commonwealth shooting. Then in Sri Lanka she had won about I think 4 gold medals. And she was into active, absolutely active shooting. On base of that, she was a pet. She joined police not because of shooting, just as a police, but there she excelled in shooting. She was a General Ribeiro's pet officer, and even other officers they knew. And as a sportsman, you know, others also know that you are disciplined, you will not do anything. She had a very clean record. Then she was in United Nations peacekeeping force for 1 year in Kosovo in 2001, and she got President's Medal Award twice, and she retired as Deputy Commissioner of Police. I was a short service commissioned officer. I had passion for flying only. Then we had one AROP, Air Observation Post branch, AROP in Army. But during our tenure, the short service officers could not apply for AROP. And as I was married and my wife was stationed here in Bombay, so I thought it's better to have a life together because my passion is not fulfilled. So let's have a proper married life.